Hello, it's Dee from Gingerling Things, and as you can see we're coming along with our Suffolk Puffs. They are now all sewn on all the way around on each, and I've started to embellish. As you can see, this one is covered with French knots. I've used French knots over here as well, and I've varied the thickness by wrapping the thread perhaps once or twice or 4 or 5 times round the needle, which really isn't quite how you're supposed to do a French knot, but it gives a really good effect. So the other way you could do that is by using different thicknesses of thread, or if it's the embroidery floss, you could just use 1 or 2 strands instead of all 6. You can also see that I've been putting the sequins on. So here I've actually taken them off the snippet that you've got there, and I've just sort of randomly placed them. Here I've left them, they look very textured there, and I like the way they look, so I will add a few more to go across this edge here, and you will get some coloured ones as well, so I'll add some red ones too, along with the beads. As you can see here, I've got a few beads to the side which I will be adding again randomly around, but also I will put little clusters in the centres, or maybe even one of the little flower beads. It's entirely up to you how you want to use them, but I will show you that shortly. Right, so I've done a little bit more work. As you can see, I've added some more sequins. These are the red ones that you'll get in your pack, the colours that come with the design you have. Just to show you, they come on a little string, and the best way to take those off is to pull away like that, and they come off really quite easily that way. And then I tend to sew them down, with 2 stitches. I find that keeps them flatter, so I quite like to do it that way. On here I've added, although you can't actually see it, some little gold crosses to keep this down, and I'll probably extend those out across here. And as you can see, I've also added some beads. This is a single flower bead that is caught down in the centre with another bead. So you have to first put on your flower bead, then add a little tiny seed bead and go back down through the same hole in the flower bead, and that will keep that sat there. Now when it comes to filling up a centre like this one, I found the best way to do it is to actually catch, I usually go for about 8 beads onto your needle, rather than trying to do them singly, because it will take you forever, and that way you actually get a nice little cluster that you can then work on. So if I just sort of show you how that goes through there, and that will sit in nicely. So that's a much quicker way of doing it. I find you'll fill up those centres really quite quickly. So that hopefully gives you a good idea of where to get started, and what I will do is I'll carry on, finish my piece, and then I'll show you that at the end. So here it is all finished. I've added some cross stitch around here in gold and some in red. I've added a few more beads around that centre flower bead. I've put some nice big chunky French knots in there. I did more sequins here and indeed to here. So that's mine finished. I hope you have as much fun as I have doing mine, and I'll see you again soon. That's Dee from Gingerling Things. Thank you.